I haven't played it. Have you played it, Arnie?
I have actually played a very small bit of it. I read quite a few reviews. You know, I did actually prep for this.
Did you?
I prepped for this completely.
Is there somebody in your bedroom, Arnie?
No, I
just have really... Is it Arnie's, like, consciousness speaking?
Yes. It's alarming for me. So you've not... So you've let us down, basically.
Do we have an actual listener, Arnie?
Let me look at the list.
I definitely heard a lady say that's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, Arnie's got someone in his room.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah.
Someone who's struggling to keep it together, actually. Who's about to burst into laughter.
Where is she sitting, Arnie?
She's sitting next to me, Ben.
Oh.
Let's all say hello to my partner, Hannah, who is here.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello. Are you sure that you're not just playing Romance Simulator 2015?
German Girlfriend Simulator 2005.
Oh yeah, that's all the rage in game.
Great.
Oh, she's gone all shy.
What's game in German?
Spiel.
Spiel?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So there we are. So,
there we are.
Jordan, why don't you intro the game and explain a bit about it, then I'll share with you my limited thoughts on it, and then Ben will say, I agree, pretending that he has played it.
Okay.
Hotline Miami sounds like some kind of cool, beach simulator.
What about...
Oh, with crocodiles.
Why does it sound like a beach simulator? Just the Miami bit?
It's hotline, tan line, Miami and all that.
Okay. Well, it's not that.
No.
Well, it is cool. You nailed that on the head. If there was one word that I had to use to describe Hotline Miami, it would be, outside of violent, it would be the word cool. It's an indie title, whatever indie means these days, but it's an indie title. It's kind of a top-down retro graphic game. You play as... It's hard to describe without kind of spoiling some of the story, but you play as a guy in the 80s who, for various reasons, has to go and kill a lot of other people. You generally start at the front door of a building. There'll be however many guys inside armed with various different semi-automatic rifles, knives, baseball bats. And the purpose of the game is to clear out each floor and to kill these guys, but the fun of the game comes from, one, the shooting mechanics is kind of very twitchy, very quick. You feel like an absolute badass when you do manage to kind of clear a room, because generally there's a bit of luck involved. But the other element, and the reason why it really kind of spoke to me, was the music. There's an amazing soundtrack from some kind of legitimate electronic artists, and it really kind of sets off the...
To interlude for a second, the music was by far the best bit. The music, the soundtrack was fantastic to it. It set the scene so well, and it built the atmosphere fantastically.
If you're interested, Ben, if you just use Spotify, right?
Yeah, but I got Spotify, yeah.
So if you just if you typed in Hotline Miami, it's going to come up with various playlists, which will actually link you into the songs used in the game. So I'd probably suggest at some point just give it a listen, and you'll kind of see what we're talking about. But it's just a couple of particular songs. There's one level which is set in a kind of nightclub, and you go in, and obviously this nightclub is kind of riddled with gangsters. It's kind of a front for some kind of operation, but the music is this really high-paced electro dance music, and it just the music with the violence and the twitch shooting, I don't know, man, it's fantastic. It's cool.
What are the graphics like? Is it like proper 3D?
No, it's top down. It looks a bit like the original GTA, but really dark.
Yeah, it does actually.
It reminded me a bit of Pokemon, actually, playing it, just graphically, in terms of the way you look down.
Yeah, it's an isometric view, I guess, so just kind of top down. You can see the head of your guy and whatever weapon he's holding, and you've got kind of 360 aim. You can throw your weapon at people, which will knock them out, then run up to them and kind of bludgeon them, pick your weapon back up, shoot the guy coming through the door, and then get killed. But it's such a cool game, and you should definitely give it a go. The reason that I picked it for this for this podcast is that I know we're going to talk about some of the games that we've been playing, and one of the games that I've been playing this week is actually the sequel, Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number, which is just as cool. Again, they've released a complete soundtrack with it, which is about twice the length of the first one, and I'm struggling at the moment to decide which one is better. It's exactly the same gameplay. They've just kind of expanded it a little bit. It's a little bit harder. The levels are a little bit bigger, but it's the same kind of principle. And the one element that I haven't really discussed is the kind of story to Hotline Miami. I still don't understand what happened in the first game, and I certainly don't understand what's happening in the second game as I'm playing it. There's some kind of weird... I think you're supposed to be one guy, and the characters that you play as are maybe part of his psychosis, but I haven't really worked it out. Before starting the level, build on a mask, and it'll be like an animal face, and that gives you a particular power. But at certain points you'll complete a couple of levels and you're just taken off into a kind of weird cutscene where you'll speak to these guys with these animal masks on. And like I said, I haven't kind of Googled it to kind of work out the exact plot, but it's absolutely mind-bending.
I'm just looking at it, actually the graphics really do remind me of the old GTA, but especially, have you ever played Prison Architect?
I haven't played it, but
simulator.
It is, you have to make a prison. It's like, and they people come and you have to find little spaces for them and you have to build stuff. It's actually a really fun game.
Yeah. Maybe
I'll put it as one of our games to play one week.
My lay analysis on this video game, it was my thoughts on it. Sorry, I keep leaning towards the microphone, so it may suddenly get louder.
It's actually better when you're a bit closer.
My thoughts were very mixed. I have two rather opposing trains of thought on the small amount of gaming that I did with this. On one hand, I like it as art. I think it is a lovely bit of art. It ticks a lot of artistic boxes. The music's great. It creates a feeling. I think the music combined with the graphics evoke an emotional reaction, which is important. I think from what you've said, Jordan, it causes you to think and ponder. So it causes you to intellectually engage. So that's great. But it's just really hard. It's stupidly difficult. And I lost patience with it very, very easy because it's just annoyingly difficult in the continual dying. Go into a room, die. Go into a room, die. Go into a room, I have died. I immediately died again. And it's very much like that. And I can see merit as like a bit of art. But as a game itself, I just find it really irritatingly difficult.
That's what annoyed me with Rogue Legacy. I gave that game it an hour, on the train to work. I played it, and I played it on the way back as well. And just dying, going to a castle, die. Then you have to respawn at the beginning, go through the intro bit again. No, then you go into the castle and you die in the second room, and it just frustrates me too much.
Okay.
We need cheats. What happened to cheats? I don't need cheats anymore in games.
Okay, so I kind of assumed that might be your reaction to Hotline Miami because there is a particular level of difficulty to it, and especially with the second one, like I said, they ramped that up again, and I'll die, dozens of times just to clear one section of one stage. The thing is, though, the way that they've constructed the game is that it's extremely quick to start again. So for me, it doesn't feel too annoying, or it doesn't feel like I've wasted too much time because I can just very quickly get back into the game and try it again. And the more and more that I play it, the more and more I work out kind of where the guys are, how they'll react to certain situations. There's a random kind of element to it. The guys, I'm not sure about the first one, but certainly in the second one, you're never quite sure, even when you reload the level, what armaments each particular guy will have. So the levels will play out differently, and it might just be that you get a bad roll of the dice, and the first three guys that you encounter have all got some beefy assault rifle, or it might be that one of them's got a knife, which is kind of your opening to take that guy down, take his knife, take out a guy with a gun, pick up that gun, take out another guy with a gun, and kind of get the ball rolling. But I get where you're coming from. I guess if you're not, did you play on PC by any chance?
I did, yes.
I personally don't get on with the control method on the PC. I know you use the kind of mouse, wherever the cursor is, essentially, your gun will aim there. I think that it's inherently a twin-stick shooter. A lot of people say that it's most at home on the PlayStation Vita. I prefer to play it on my PlayStation 4 just because I obviously get the beefy sound system, and just generally I prefer to play games kind of on the big screen anyway. But yeah, I think that probably didn't help things, the fact that you were playing it on a PC, because I personally found that control scheme quite unintuitive.
So let's give it a pretty flycast rating then, as the home of video game reviews. I think the headline seems to be lovely to look at and listen to, more challenging to play, but perhaps okay for some a bit more advanced on video games. So I'm going to say that Ben... Oh, thanks, Hannah. Hannah's just brought me a cup of tea. Which is I'm going to say, for me, it gets a... If you were to say a video game is 40% aesthetics and 60% gameplay, I think it is great at aesthetics, not great for me in gameplay, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
So is that our official scale then?
No, that's fine.
Are we working on a 10-point... No, but in terms of our scales, are we working on a 10-point system?
I'll defer to the man who's not played the video game, but whose idea this podcast is.
Okay, we'll say, should we? Yeah, out of 10.
Out of 10, yeah? Classic.
Yeah, so a 5 from Arnie, and from you, Jordan?
I give Hotline Miami an 8.5.
Oh, so we're on right points now. So we've got a 5 and 8. So we'll call it a 6.5.
Just to explain, because obviously I've sang the praises, but just to explain kind of where I would mark it down, I guess. Yeah, so I get the gripes in terms of the kind of gameplay. It's not going to be for everybody. There is an element of luck to it, but I think, like I said, when luck is on your side and you kind of make an amazing run, you do feel like an uber badass, and I guess that that only appeal to some people. So that's fair enough.
And Ben, do you have any thoughts? Oh no, you didn't play it. That's a shame.
I will play the next game whenever we see.
Car Mechanic Simulator is what we've done.
Have we decided on that one?